some of the players the Orange are without, and all of those were expected to contribute here in 2023. They've had to adapt and make some changes. Sydney Waller dealing with a hip. And so that's what Bakir Ganasharatnam has to deal with here in his second season at Syracuse. Players not exactly fully comfortable in the positions they're needed just yet, but trying to cope with those challenges. Alyssa Burt is one of the veterans that fortunately has been able to stay healthy as their starting libero. Corey Stafford taking advantage of a couple free balls on that left side of the net for Pitt. Beautiful set from Akeo to Monks for the kill. Throughout this season, it is depth in just about every position on the floor. He's got multiple different options, and see some of them on display with that last point. Akeo, Monks, the transfer from Michigan State in her first season. Another free ball taken advantage of by Stafford. Fisher said did not expect to use her as much as he has, but injury to Bree Kelly, the Florida transfer early in the season in a match against Kentucky, leaves her out for the year with an ankle, and Emma Monks has had to step up in big ways, which she has done.
No matter how old they are, taking them in and really turning them around.
Good serve by Babcock, and it just caught the line for the Panther point.
Hughes does there and hope that it goes out, but man, that just barely gets it in.
That one grazes the top of the net. Panthers able to respond, send it over thanks to Stafford and Dalton. Now the attack there from Zaria Harris-Wadi. Syracuse managing to get Pitt out of system here a little bit in the past couple points, but that time a block is good. Sent to the outside. That's Greta Schlichter on the outside for Syracuse, the 5'6" freshman. They brought her in as a libero, but because of those injuries, she's at 5'6", hitting on the outside for the Orange. Nice attack there from Zaria Harris-Wadi. Schlichter early with 2 kills on a .400 hit percentage in this first set. Babcock! Don't want to be in the way of that one.
Absolutely not.
Kudos to Alyssa Burt for the...
So she has enough time to hang and read.
And the versatility of those Pitt freshmen, part of the reason that their defense has been so good this season as well. Pittsburgh tops in the country in blocks per set. And
absolutely. I love that decision by Syracuse Mira Setter to go right back to the slide after getting blocked. She runs it again.
When it comes to opponent hit percentage, right up near the top amongst some of the best defensive programs in college volleyball. There's Tori Stafford once again, unrelenting at the net. Here's Antonio once more. Dalton gets a hand on it. Stafford laid out for it, and Syracuse, after 8 consecutive Pitt points, gets the side. Fairbanks and Haiti Tautuata, as you mentioned, Kayla. For a set point here. Serve from Logan Mosley. Schlichter blocked by the Panthers, but able to return and get the point from Veronica Searzant on that right side. Set point again. Serve from Harris-Wadi. Tautua'a to Bayless. Good for the Pittsburgh point, and they take the first set today. End of set 1, and Blair Bayless gets the set clinching. Antonio once again here, blocked by Babcock and Monks.
To let her get past.
Any idea what that might have been about?
I'm maybe wondering if he thought that the Pitt players touched the net on it after. Again, another block. Pitt leading with, I believe that is their 8th block so far today.
0 blocks so far on the match. And Dalton and Monks that time just too much. Originally from Oklahoma City, started her college career at Colorado State. 3 seasons there before coming to Syracuse. The Orange get their first block.
against Olivia Babcock.
And it was Zaria Harris-Waddy wearing 13, who notches the team's first block of the afternoon. Easy to confuse Babcock and Stafford. Their stats are essentially exactly the same.
Both absolute studs.
Great effort by Klicka on this point. Antonio blocked up front by Pitt. And Syracuse responds. And it makes you wonder, how is the ACC going to decide between these two when it comes to all-freshman team, freshman of the year? It seems impossible.
It absolutely does. I would not want to be making that decision. I don't know how you choose. I don't know if you can choose, if you can do co.
Said that those have plagued them at times throughout the season. If they can limit those, they'll be in pretty good shape, but have struggled to do that so far. This time they capitalize. Emmy Klicka, the server, was able to win the job at libero last season for the Panthers after playing behind Ashley Browski for about a year and a half. Dan Fisher says she is the
single day. She's the type of player that will be first one in, last one out, coming in the mornings for extra reps. That's the kind of teammate and player that you want.
Tautua'a, that time to Monks, no stopping that. A couple of the usuals in Valeria Vasquez-Gomez and Rachel Fairbanks. Coach Fisher using this match against Syracuse to get a lot of different players experience.
Bit of an offset for Syracuse, so Antonio taking a swing from.
So the Orange stay within 2 here, middle of the second set. Monks comes out and gets the kill for Pitt.
You mentioned Logan coming in. She's been another player that is able to come off the bench and make a difference right away. She is a stud DS libero. Trumpets are crucial.
Critical part of that Pitt band, and the band itself, a key piece of Pitt volleyball's success in their home success in this era under Dan Fisher. Good effort by Mosley. Klicka from the floor keeps it alive. And Babcock and Monks tried to finish it off, but
using the block to her advantage.
Great set to Monks and another Pittsburgh kill. Nothing lead in the match. Olivia Babcock to serve. She's got 12 aces on the season. A lot of juice behind that one. From the back row.
Here, and so Klicka trying to cover her outside, who's currently hitting on the right side, but trying to cover her so that she can get out of the way. Unfortunately, just a little.
Flood with 16 aces last season. You said it. Known for her serving specialties. Another back row attempt from Antonio. And they've gone to her in that back row.
A little bit off the net. It's a little bit easier to throw it up to her in the back row and let her try to go at it.
Antonio with 30 attacks on the match. The next most from a Syracuse player is Schlichter and Harris. Once again, Klicka.
Fifth-year veteran.
And Tautua'a certainly dangerous. Excited to see what she can do in a Pitt uniform. The 6-foot freshman setter from Hawaii. And Bayless on the outside. Blair Bayless with her.
Are so talented.
Fits on its feet again. Antonio from the back, too much on it. Panthers
come in and make a big difference in her service game.
That is her second ace of the season this year. Crafty shot from the Orange Liedermuller, but the Panthers able to keep things alive. Akeo sets to Akeo. Maybe not the primary option at setter this season. She's looked great today.
Absolutely. You know, it's tough when you're older and maybe not in your normal situation that you're used to. Maybe not
set 3, and that's maybe the one thing we haven't seen from the Panthers today is getting out to a hot start at the beginning of sets. They are doing that here in the third. Babcock with 6 kills, 417 hitting for her. Well done by Antonio to get Syracuse pre-match. Kayla, haven't seen too much of her this season just because of the Panther depth, but she gets an attempt here against Syracuse in the third set.
Yeah, it'll be great to see what she can do against Syracuse here today.
There's Stafford with another Pittsburgh.
She's one of the best blockers that we have had in this program. But after this year, these Pitt blockers are going to set a lot of new records.
There's one of them there, Emma Monks, tried to keep that ball in the air, but Syracuse. And the band is as energetic as ever. In spite of the 9-2 lead, they are unrelenting here at the Fitz. Akeo sets to Jepson. This time, Bayless.
To watch, they're setting new heights.
Talking about best recruiting class, best defensive. 14 of them today here against Syracuse. Jepson Ranch, California. Speaking of California, ask Dan Fisher about how he can recruit so well on the opposite side of the country. And he said, well, it's easy. Everybody just wants to be like Kayla Lund.
Big game coming up. You don't want to look too far ahead, but you are looking at different pieces, different lineups that can work. Things that worked well today that will hopefully work again in your next matchup.
Set to Bayless. Bayless gets the kill and sets a new. Alexis Akeo, 15 assists on the day. She serves for the win. Antonio's attack is long, and Pittsburgh wins the third set 25-6.